We got drunk one night and I had a bunch of regular cabs sitting around, and he had the thought of, let's make a suicide door, and here it is.
Uh-oh, we showed them the coolest truck here.
Uh-oh, yeah.
Bumpside Bronco.
I paid $700 for that truck. This is the last one I've bought. I bought this one about maybe 3 years ago.
What the heck? It's like the most redneck Bumpside you can get.
Well, when you have a lot of kids.
You guys are getting a little peek of what the bars look like.
Fix this.
Fix it? I love this.
Yeah.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ford Era. We are here somewhere in Arizona. We're at my buddy Logan's place. He says he doesn't want to be on camera, but we're about six blue moons in.
8, but yeah.
8. So, who are you? Bumpside Addict, maybe?
Well, some people call me that, I guess, yeah.
Mrs. Bumpside Addict over here. Yeah. Hey, Nick. How are you?
Good.
So we're in this used to be full of trucks. So now it's supposedly empty.
It's empty.
So you want to walk around, kind of tell us what your thoughts were on each of these as you did stuff like this one. I'm obsessed with this. Like
that was a drunk moment.
Okay.
So me and Cody, which is the Don Whiskey Boat, we got drunk one night and I had a bunch of regular cabs sitting around, and he had the thought of, let's make a suicide door, and here it is.
So, and how long did you guys put this thing together? How many?
This is a couple weekends.
This thing is so cool. And I like that, like how you did it too. Like, it actually looks right. Cause I never liked the way that they look, because this is how I feel like all of them should have looked.
So here's the thing a lot of people don't get. So like this piece right here, this is crew cab only. A normal truck, the drip rail would have went down.
Right.
So we literally took this, and this is actually a leftover piece from my 6-door. We took it because we wanted that look to be proportional, you know, with how it went. And, you know, you're trying to do so much at once. It's kind of set here for quite a long time. And
I love what you did with the roof too. Like
it's a van roof.
I like the ribs on it.
Yeah.
It helps with the structure, but also just looks cool.
So anybody that has one of these old crew cabs, or if you have something like my 6-door where you stretch it, the roofs they're thin. I mean, there's a lot of noise there. So if you don't do this, you at the very least you have to do a lot of bracing. And I know that like Factory Fab, those guys they make them. They make some roof braces. What I do is I take the ones out of the vans and use them.
And then what about this bad boy?
This one I bought. I was going to make a service truck out of it, and just not enough time. But this is an actual factory four-wheel drive F600.
Oh,
this
really?
is not a NAPCO conversion.
Look at the bumper thing, so you could stand on it to work on it.
Yeah, so this actually has Rockwells in it. These are not the little NAPCO axles.
Wow. Damn.
So they actually offered this starting in '71. So you can only get this 2 years in a bump set.
Yeah, you can still see it's got the tag right on it.
This is actually a really cool truck. This thing runs, drives, works, everything works on it.
And then you got parts for days.
They're everywhere.
You still make all the art like you used to? I remember you had all the cool artwork stuff.
So I do. I have one of these restored in the bedroom that we sleep in. I have a bar made out of one. Our daughter's bed's made out of one. We have a planner. We've got a lot of shit.
So is this where you basically part storage for when you do your swaps?
Yeah.
Or?
So this little cap right here, this is the leftover piece from Roman's Mega Cab.
Huh.
This is the leftover piece from another Mega Cab. Again, like I said, the crew cabs are different. So I save them for that reason. They're not exactly the same. And the width's actually different. Most people don't know that too. The width back here is different on a crew cab than it is a regular cab. So if you ever back half one like Mega Cab it, which, you know, like I know Old Iron Diesel, he knows, but you actually, if you don't use a crew cab piece, you have to actually open it up and
widen it out.
And widen it out to make everything work.
I did not know that. Some more bedside.
That's the extended cab bump that I started, but just haven't had time to.
We got to go look at that
to keep going with that. And there's an easier way to do it.
How many trucks did you get rid of? Because
I got rid of 50 trucks.
50.
This whole yard was full.
Some more van roofs.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually thinking of doing something that I never said I would do with this.
Which is?
Which is a chassis swap.
What is it?
This is an F350 Super Duty chassis. And I'm actually thinking about putting that green crew cab on it. I know. Ugh.
Why are you against it?
I've never been that guy. I've always thought, you know what, keep the factory frame and put whatever you want under it, but...
In your old age, you're starting to bend?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what it is. So this one, like I said, there's a much easier way to do it, but I wanted to keep the drip rail in the front, and I wanted to keep the bump side window in the back. So the shell that's on the ground is the roof skin here. I've only seen one other guy do it, and he did it the easy way. So the easy way is you just chop it right through the A-pillar.
Okay, and then you just replace the bottom.
And you leave the dent side everything. Even all of this, you leave it. But I didn't want to do that.
How long ago did you start it?
Me and my oldest son did this. We spent maybe 2 weekends on it, probably 3 years ago, and I just haven't had the time to mess with it. I had some hockey player from Canada that needed some two-wheel drive, and I'm that guy. I cut off and gave it to him. Didn't even know the guy, but because my whole plan is to make it four-wheel drive, obviously.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, I don't need it, you know. And
dude, that's gonna be cool. I had when I bought that Saudi Daisy collection, it came with a prototype bump side extended cab, and I sold it to Chase Schul up in Washington. I'll show you some pictures of it.
yeah, I don't think
But it was a hack job, and it didn't have windows like this. It had windows like how, you know, old vans and trailers had, where it just kind of like popped out.
Yes.
So it wasn't like a real, like this was.
Yeah.
This is gonna be really cool whenever you do finish it. Heck yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because you always have those guys that, you know, want to sit. And I had some guy ask me, how can you live with the angle of this window and the angle of this window? It's just not right. But then look at a dent side.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's the same angle.
Yeah.
But you know, you always have those.
Oh yeah. I would have done it this way, then go do it.
Yeah, exactly.
This is how I did it. So is everything left here, you have an idea for it, or just you didn't get rid of them yet?
No, so literally like the Super Dude, a friend of mine's, I'm gonna come and swap that one for him. So this guy, he pulls the world's biggest travel trailer. I don't know what he's thinking, and he doesn't have the truck for it.
Okay.
And he wants one of these. So I said, okay, let's do a 550 for you, because like I fear for your kids, like you're gonna kill people. You need a bigger chassis, you need a bigger truck, you need bigger brakes, you need bigger tires, you need bigger everything. So that's the plan for this.
Okay.
So these are his, all three of
these
these
are all
his.
donors to build one.
These are all his for me to do what I need to do to make this. So this truck here I'm saving because I need parts for Bucky's. You know who Bucky is.
Yep.
And I'm saving that for him and that one. And literally that's it. The rest, you know, obviously the crew cab, I always say that's probably the last one I'm going to get, but you never know. I might find another one. I'm not paying today's prices. But.
So what's funny is, do you know, I think you might have seen it. It was at Good Guys. But Dan and Jack up in Wyoming, they just finished a 72, exact same color, such similar patina.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the brother to this truck.
The cool thing about this truck, though, honestly, is you're going to have a hard time finding another one, is this has an F27 title.
Oh, really?
Which most people don't know what that is.
Yeah.
This was an actual short bed ordered cabin chassis.
Well, then it's F28.
No, F28's four-wheel drive cabin chassis.
Oh, this is two-wheel drive.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, you see the four-wheel drive.
Okay, that's why I was confused.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I made the frame.
Gotcha.
But this truck it had the neatest little utility bed on it, which the guy I got it from really wanted it, and I said, you know what?
Nuts.
I don't need it, keep it.
How solid the roof is, too.
Well, here's the problem. Like this truck right here, what you see right here, that's it. If you look at the floor on this thing, it does not get any better. It does not get any better. This is the straightest, cleanest.
Luckily, 350s usually tend to be this good.
This wasn't a 350, it was a 250. This was an F27.
Right. Well, I guess, yeah, cabin chassis.
Yes. So me and Cody did some swindling where he wanted to do a short bed, I wanted to do a long bed. So I gave him the chassis that was under this.
Okay.
Because he's building well, not to get in his, he's building something for his wife, and
that was cool.
And he wanted the frame for that. So this is actually two dent side highboy frames. So it's a factory highboy frame, long bed, crew cab, which obviously is never made. You know, you always have those ones that'll remind you of that.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know, but it's like, yeah, okay.
What's this chassis?
So that's Travis's international chassis.
Okay, I was gonna say it doesn't look like a
No,
Ford.
so this thing got stretched in the middle to keep the floor drop,
Gotcha.
and then shortened in the back. So it's going to be an international crew cab short bed.
Nice.
The motor had to get moved back. He did most of this. I didn't do it.
I like that old aluminum U-Haul box. That's cool.
That came on a badass gent side. The guy wouldn't sell the whole truck though.
Oh, really?
No, all I could get was the body.
I mean, honestly, that's cool enough. That would be cool to stick back on a truck one day.
I have a whole bunch of rare Cummins there. So like your bigger 5-speed motor plates, Alice stuff like that. That's all hidden in there. This one is nothing but seats. So I have like seats like you can't imagine.
Just good OG.
I have like factory buckets for bumps or dents.
That's how you know you like Fords, when you paint on the side of your shed.
And there's a story behind that too.
What's the story?
So we had this, I get tattoos obviously. So we go to a tattoo place and there's a guy that owns a tattoo joint. He's not tattooing me, someone else is, my nephew. But he tells me, oh man, I love Fords and I like to do, whatever. And I said, okay, can you do me a Ford emblem on the side of my barn deal? Yeah, I can do it. I'm not this guy comes out here with a little Ford Ranger. The emblem on the tailgate of a Ford Ranger is this big. He walks over, looks at it, and he starts doing it. And about 30 minutes into it, I look at my wife and I'm like, holy.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm like, what is this guy doing?
Okay.
Like, this is not it. He keeps going and then he keeps walking back and looking at that little emblem. Keeps going, and then pretty soon it's taking shape and I'm like, holy, this looks good. So he says, do you mind if I sign it? I'm like, oh, dude, I don't care, sign it. I got rid of it, I had to. I'll send you a picture of it.
Okay.
So this guy signs it, but it's this weird, like, gang sign, weird that and she's looking at me, my wife's looking at me like, what did you do? And I was like, don't worry, I have more red paint. It's fine. Dude, the signature on this thing was horrific.
That's too funny.
But he did
it looks good.
He did an amazing job looking at a tiny little logo.
Yeah.
So here's the other thing where you get all these people that are like, I don't have the place to paint something. This was a feed barn. This is where I've painted everything I've ever painted.
Booth.
And it's pretty nasty, but dude, this is where
I mean, you wet the floor down, keeps all the dust.
Yeah, I blow it all out and clean it, whatever. But I mean, it's raw. It's not. There's no money here.
You do single or double or two-stage?
Here's the thing that'll piss a lot of people off. I will not do I won't do base clear. I tell everybody, base clear is for people that don't know how to paint, because there's so much forgiveness with that. But here's the thing, base clear never lasts. It turns to shit.
What the clear
single
peels.
stage paint jobs I've done 15 years ago, 18 years ago, they still look fine. And they're not even garage.
Well, look at our original paint trucks. Like, you ever buffed an original paint truck? They're amazing.
Well, look at that yellow one. It looks great.
Yeah. What's up with the Chevy?
Well,
you made it a Chevy?
Yeah, so that was a 3-door
Tahoe or Suburban?
Whatever what they call them, a carry-all, travel-all, carry-all. So this is a friend of mine from grade school. I've known this guy forever. And it's funny because my brother's actually a Chevy guy, and I've always said, man, I'm going to talk my brother into letting me do one of these. And he just never wanted it. And finally, my buddy from high school, which this guy, or actually grade school, but he does all my concrete.
Dude, it looks so good.
And he wanted one, and I said, you know what? Yeah, let's do it.
I like it.
So
my buddy Brandon Cisco is like known for doing these.
So I feel like I know who that is.
You do. He lives in Phoenix area.
Okay.
He's like the one that's done like
a ton of
dozens and dozens and dozens.
He's got a couple of sons that help him.
He does. He's got like 4 boys, and all they do is Chevys.
Yeah. So these are cool. I like these. I mean, I'm yes, diehard Ford, but I like all the old. Honestly, I'd take an old Chevy over a new Ford. I mean, I don't know if that can piss people off too, but whatever.
I mean, it is what it is. Right. The new ones they don't have any soul.
No.
The old trucks have a certain soul to them.
It's just garbage. If you've ever driven one of these, it's so funny because I've been driving that Super Duty up there, that red one. I just bought that thing and did the 450 swap on it, but I've been driving it. And it's funny because you don't get the same, like when you're sitting at the gas station or whatever, you don't get the same people coming up to you saying anything like with this, it's just different.
All right, so Logan, so some people, like for me, I'm new. I'm only 3 years to having a Bumpside crew cab.
Whereas, I've had this one 30 years.
30 years?
Yeah.
So 30 years ago, why did you want this?
Because I had 5 kids.
Back then, what was it, like how much did these cost? Did anybody even want them?
So I'll tell you a story with this one. So I looked high and low to find one because they were hard to find. I found one in Huachuca City, which is about 2.5 hours away. I drive up there. They wanted $1,200 for it. This is back in the early 90s, mid 90s, whatever it was. So I go up there. The truck it's cool. I get there and it's running, which I thought was weird.
Okay.
So it's a short bed 2-wheel drive. It's running. I'm talking to the guy and he had a really, really bad stutter. I mean, bad stutter, like where you tried to finish his sentences for him. It was that bad. So we're talking about it, whatever, and it was solid. I mean, zero rust, zero. I mean, it was perfect. And I said, okay, $1,200, here you go. Paid him. I left. I go to the gas station. I shut it off. Now, keep in mind, it was running when I got there. I shut it off. I go in. I fill it up. I come out to start it. There's a dead spot on the flywheel. It will not start. So it pissed me off because, not that it was there, but that he
he got over on you.
So I called this guy Mac and, you know, yelling and screaming and whatever. And I told him, you know what, I'm not buying it. I'm done. Which I knew I was going to buy it, but anyways, and he was kind of a cool guy. But he comes back and he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, here's your money. I'll try to get it home. And I'm like, no, dude, I'll help you get it home. Whatever. Anyways, we get it to his house. And he goes, well, if it's not worth $1,200, what's it worth? I said, that's a $500 truck, period. That's what it is. Oh, I don't know if I can do that. And he goes in the house. He comes back out and he's like, no, it's got to be $750. And I'm like, I'm just in a bad mood. And I'm like, no, it's a $500 truck, dude. I'm done. It's a $500 truck. I'm leaving. He comes back out and he goes, my wife said $650, but we'll take $6. And I'm going, you dumb mother. You weren't supposed to tell me that part. Like, she meant,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Tell him
so
$650
like,
and
so again, I'm like, dude, it's a $500 truck. He goes back in the house. He comes out. Okay, I need $580.67. Something weird like this. I shit you not, dude. This is real. I'm like, why the weird number? I'm trying to buy a quad trailer. And I said, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll give you $575. You find the rest in the couch cushions or whatever you got to do. He goes in the house. Anyway, so I bought the truck for
$575.
And I sold the bed for $600 when I got home.
No kidding. Yeah, because obviously you're a long bed guy.
Yeah, I want to put in it.
All right, so then what did you do to it back then? Like, how many different iterations of this truck has there been?
Okay, so originally it was a 460.
Okay.
And that happened for up until about 03 or 04, and that's when the Commons happened. And so I was never into these, really, honestly. I had a friend that was diehard, and he was the one telling me, this is what we got to do, this is what we got to do. So I actually had started playing in like around 2000. We were building these compound systems on these Dodge trucks for these people that had money and taking them to the track, racing them, I mean, doing dumb it with them. And so I said, well, that's what I need to do. And that's where it came to be. So now this thing originally had 12 inches of lift and Super Duty axles.
Okay.
I never liked any of it. I mean, I didn't like the way it stopped. I didn't like the way it steered. I didn't like any of it. So I put this in, which is a Kingpin 60, 79, and a 79 Dana 70. And this is it. This is a Cadillac.
And you drive it everywhere. I mean, you just hop in it with your trailer and you just go wherever you want.
Yeah, if I'm not driving it, the kids are driving it. This thing's had, since 03 or 04, it's had 175,000 miles on it. Since 03 or 04, whenever I did it, I can't remember.
Man, that's awesome.
So those are the factory original bucket seats. Now, I had so many kids, these came out, and I actually put a Super Duty Lariat.
Really?
Which is the matching seat to the back. So the back is actually an extended cab seat.
Okay. Dude, that's so awesome. I just love that you used the truck.
Oh, yeah.
I had the exact same AC system in Gold Dust when I got it.
Dude, none of them blow like these.
No,
these things will blow you out.
Yeah, and I like that it has that little extra cabinet to put like the registration and whatever.
Yeah, so then this camper was actually custom made for one of these. So it's new, but to look kind of old. I didn't have it made, a friend of mine did.
Really?
And, well, yeah, a friend of mine's dad.
That's
actually,
awesome.
a friend of mine's grandpa had it made. And it's super cool camper, though.
And have you just been hitting everything with it?
No, so here's the story behind that. So my kids started driving this thing about 6 years ago. So my son did that. That was a he got out of it with the car trailer behind it and didn't put it in park. And it just
started rolling.
And it.
Damn.
Yeah. I always give my kids. I drove this thing for 20 years and never put a dent, scratch, or anything on it. And then my daughter front of it up, my son back of it up. It's like, God damn, man, really? The problem is they just, you know, you got to read people when you're driving. Like, you have
especially in this kind of stuff.
Like, so with my daughter, someone hit her, which, okay, maybe not your fault, but still, like, I'm whatever enough to go.
No one's hit you.
Like, yeah, you might want to stay away from this guy.
Yeah. So then now we're at the actual shop. This is where the cool stuff's hiding, huh?
No, well, this isn't, but yeah, this is where I build the motors and the trannies.
So that's what you do for regular work, right?
So the transmissions is what I did. I don't anymore. I had a big shop in town that I did transmissions. I mean, this is a mess. Looks like a bomb went off, but you got Travis in the corner. But
hello.
But this is where, yeah. There's the lime greener there.
Ooh.
So this has that high mount AC on it. All factory Cummins stuff.
It looks nice.
So if you're doing a factory four-wheel drive or Bronco or something like that, this is what you would want to do. Because I know there's a company that sells a kit.
Yeah, CVS.
I just didn't like the way it looked.
And yeah, there's like a whole serpentine setup.
Yeah, and they make you use the second-gen fan hub, which just doesn't work with these trucks if you want the room. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, this looks really cool. Definitely bright, Travis, like you were telling me.
He wants to paint the truck that color.
We'll show them the truck in a minute, and we'll see what they say.
Yeah. I mean, well, I told him, I said, if you're going to do that green, we can't do black. We have to do silver.
It does look good. It definitely looks good the way that you guys did it.
And then you've seen the chassis. It's all silver, too.
Yeah. It looks nice. You're going to have some fun with it. He's sleeping.
He's got narcolepsy. He'll fall asleep in 2 minutes.
More Super Duties.
Well, kid.
Wherever you want. I don't care.
Yeah, so I mean, this one was actually built to put that bed on it because I never wanted a Super Duty, but I bought it to do that.
So, I see you have some dent sides here. Are any of them yours, or you personally only like bump sides?
This is the only one that's not mine.
Okay.
I would never build one, but I've bought some.
Okay. So what's your opinion between like bumps and dents, just for everybody, you know?
This is the Toyota Forge right here. I don't want it.
Well, a lot of people think Toyotas are the best. So like, what do you mean by that?
It's thin sheet metal. It's plastic everything. Like, you know what the door panels look like. They're not in here, but they're plastic. They're garbage. Ash. I mean, everything is just garbage. It's trash. This metal is half as thin as a bump side. It's just not the same. Now, I'm not taking away from that. Like, so here's the thing. My number one truck is obviously a bump side. My number two, sadly, is a Super Duty.
Yeah. They are good.
Dent side's not my number two. Now, do I have some? Yes, I do, because I have a friend that builds some badass Crown Vic swap stuff, and so he ends up selling them, and I buy them. Like this one. This one was a patina truck. I didn't like the colors, so I'm going to repaint it. The one my wife drives every day, it was actually really nice when I bought it, but she got in a wreck, so we repainted that one. That one's done. But these things, they're not powerhouses. I mean, you're probably going to get outran by a new Subaru with these, but you get in it, you drive it, the fuel mileage is not bad.
You can't kill it.
Yeah, it's...
you can literally do anything to it.
This is it that they're driving daily, so... And then I have a Maverick addiction, obviously.
Yeah, you do. So you have, what, like 3, 4 of them?
I've got 6. Two of them aren't here, but...
Uh-oh. We showed them the coolest truck here.
Uh-oh, yeah.
Bumpside Bronco. They never made a Bumpside Bronco. How is this here?
Well, I mean, in Brazil they made some stuff.
Not four-wheel drive.
No. You know what's funny is I always say, man, I should have been Brazilian, because they made the Mavericks there for a long time. They made these things into the 90s, the bumps.
Yeah, 93.
But...
So what did you do? Tell us exactly what we're looking at.
Here's how this started. So my wife said, I want a Bronco. And so we actually started building a dent side Bronco. And then I found myself putting a 76 grill in the dent side Bronco to make it look more bump side. And then I found myself doing mirrors to make it look more like a bump side. Then I found myself doing a paint scheme to make it look more bump side. So then finally at the end of all of that, I said, you know what? I'm just going to make it a bump side, and that's where we're at.
So what do you have to do? You just put the front clip and doors on it?
Well, so here's the backstory behind this, which some people know this, some people don't. I seen this guy on, I don't remember what it was, Craigslist, I don't know, had one of these, started in Colorado somewhere. I don't even remember where we went.
Yep.
So I'm like, I'm going to buy it because he's already done some of the hard work. So I go up to Colorado, I buy the thing. On the way home on the trailer, half of the truck falls off.
Oh, man.
So he had bondoed it, but he never welded most of it. So I get home with pretty much nothing. It's destroyed. So me and Cody in there, we say, you know what, I'll just start over, and this is where we're at. So what it was a 71 short bed, two-wheel drive. I used the Bronco frame, and then pretty much everything from about right here, like this, is Bronco. Because I needed to attach the top. Everything else is so then we found out the hard way too. We got all done, and I had left the bump side floor in it. It doesn't work because the Broncos have a raised floor for the transfer case and all that shit. So then we ended up having to go back in and cut the entire fucking floor out, replace the floor. So then we decided at that point, so all the innards, if you look in there, are Bronco. So like the Bronco quarter panels in the back will fit, everything will fit.
Well, one of the things...
Now I could build a second one a whole lot faster than I did the first one, but...
I think that back piece was the hardest thing for you.
The tailgate, I bet you I had 100 hours on the tailgate maybe.
Really?
So this is actually a 96 tailgate. And I put the little bump piece here in, I did these things, put the letter patch in, which this is really nice because this is actually...
you brought it all the way up.
This is the leftovers from me fixing Roman's Mercury gate. So that's what that's from. I had cut the Ford out to put the Mercury in, and I had the Ford piece left. And I could have put like a trim piece on it, and it would have been easier.
Yeah, but
I thought if I do this, plus you have to have the hole for the key to make it go up and down. So I thought, now there's trim that goes here.
Wait, the window still works?
Yeah, it goes up and down by a key.
Oh.
So you turn the key one way is down, one way's up.
So when are you gonna finish it?
Dude, I just no time.
Too many?
I got too much turbo. My biggest thing is I wish I'd never done any for other people. I would have been done with all of them.
So what's under the hood?
So it's a 351 Windsor roller motor, aluminum heads, AOD overdrive. Every day I'm talking myself out of putting a Cummins in this because I'm that close.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Dude, this doesn't have the. I can make more power out of a Cummins.
Yeah, but it's already
get twice
in
the
here.
mileage.
Yeah, but why not like finish putting the trim on it? Like, look how good this side looks.
I know.
Gosh, I didn't.
But I go out and I try to do burnouts, and I'm like, man.
Wait, this thing does burnouts?
It'll do well, yeah.
Or it should do burnouts?
It should. It doesn't do them like I'd like to do them.
Huh. Wait, so it runs and drives?
Yeah.
So you literally just need to finish putting the interior in it and the trim?
That's it.
Wow.
I just have too many. Just way too many.
That's too funny. So I think it's your fault, Nikki. You have to like, I think you have to like pressure him more.
I had a Bronco when I was little, so I really wanted one. But I tried to get him to do stuff. He doesn't listen very well.
I do a lot of I bounce around. See, there's a lot of behind the scenes. A lot of people don't realize.
Oh, is there cat fence? Yeah.
This is not it. Like, I have things I do. Like, I spent 9 months building a restaurant. You know what I mean? I have so many people that I help and I do things with. You know, I just built that truck for my nephew. I mean, this is not it. I have other things I'm doing, so it turns into a mess. So now, the reason you have like all these Mavericks in here right now is I got the wild hair that I'm going to sell this red one.
Okay.
So this red one, I had a really rare factory dual quad small block in it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to sell the car, but I want to get rid of that, so I'm going to put that in here.
So now you got a project.
Well, what it turned into was this thing had exhaust manifolds. I want headers. The heads that were on this, the spark plug angle's goofy. So now I got 3 motors apart. This motor's apart. There's a motor on the ground apart. I mean, there's shit apart everywhere, but whatever. I mean, it is what it is. You know, if it's easy, everybody would do it. But so that was why that turned into that. This has been a daily for a long time, but now it's apart. That thing ran and drove, but now it's apart, you know. And
So what
Here we
are
are.
these projects?
So this truck right here, and I want to emphasize this for all the people in the world that are paying dumb money for this. I paid $700 for that truck.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't look like that.
It was a 2-wheel drive, but that was it. It was boxwood green, no trim. It wasn't a bad truck. I've done no rust repair, no nothing on this truck.
So $700.
$700. Now that was 8 years ago.
Okay.
So the funny thing about this truck is I actually gave it to a friend.
Huh.
He couldn't get it done and gave it back to me. And so I have a lot of friends like that we do like that. We'll bounce around. Like, you know, if they call me one day and they need something that I have, it's theirs.
Right.
If they have something I need, it's, you know, do it.
I mean, like you said, friend. That's what a good friend does, right?
That's it. So this one, this is the last one I've bought. I bought this one about maybe 3 years ago.
Did you pay up on this one?
$1,200.
$1,200. Okay, so you are spending more.
It's going up a little, but not much. But you have people spending dumb money.
I mean, yeah. Well, the one thing is, a lot of times you just can't find them. Like, you know, when you find one for sale, how quick do you jump on it?
Instantly, the minute you hear about it. So here's something for everybody out there that's doing this. So if you're doing one of these, and let's say you're going to do a short bed crew cab, do not use the original frame. Do not.
Why not?
Trash. Right now I could come in here with the forklift, pick up this tire, and I could have it 7 feet off the ground, and those 2 back tires would still be on the ground. The bed would be crushed into the cab. They're just a shit frame. That's why I use F350 frames on all of them.
Really?
And I always use a 2-wheel drive frame and convert it.
So you'd rather shorten the 350 frame?
100%. These frames are absolute garbage. So we started this one a long time ago, and it's been sitting. My wife's pissed off.
So what all have you done to it?
So I did 78, 79 style brackets for this one to make it 4-wheel drive. Cummins automatic. Kingpin 60, obviously 70 in the rear. But otherwise the frame is, you know, everybody always wonders, like, why are these frames, like if you see the later ones, they have that plate on the side of them where it's welded, you see it.
Right.
It's stitch welded on the, they did that because they were so weak. Also, there's a 1/2 inch more cab to bed gap on one of these than a factory long bed, and that is because the frame is so, they're terrible. I contemplate all the time making a new frame for this one before I finish it because
Really?
they're that bad.
Wow. And then what all have you done to this one?
So this one is the original frame, original everything, honestly. And I just did the 4-wheel drive conversion and the Cummins.
Man, you have a really nice look when you build yours. It's not too showy, but it's
I wouldn't even do any of the polished stuff. This is my daughter's. This is my wife's, which it's not as shiny as that one. But like me and the wife, we don't really care about the shiny. We just want to go.
Oh yeah.
So,
Man, you guys definitely have some cool stuff, that's for sure. And what's crazy is it's not even all of it.
no. There's more. Like my son moved to Texas, and he has 2 crew cabs and a Bronco that are Cummins that he took with him up there. Were really nice. So this one, my daughter decided she wanted 2 toolboxes, which you know they only came on the passenger side. Mm-hmm. So if you get a good look down in, so that box had to be highly modified
To let it get in.
to fit and also to clear the fuel neck and that kind of stuff.
Made it happen though.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really cool when it's finished.
Yeah, she's got to get on it because I'm tired of her taking mine. Well, not tired, but I need mine.
So do you help them or they have to fix them
you have
themselves?
to help them. But I mean, they get to a point where, like my son, he could do it no problem. My daughter, yeah, she definitely still needs a little help, but
That's what you're here for though.
yeah. I started late with the kids too, though, honestly. If I'd have started early,
I don't need any help, Solomon.
yeah.
You don't need any help?
No, I do it all myself.
She just brings the beer.
I've done all this by myself. I'm kidding.
He's a nice guy.
I mean, it takes a village, right?
Yeah,
Especially when you're building a truck.
I'm joking.
Man, and we don't even, I think we still have what? 2, and you still have your 6 door we didn't show them.
It's next door. Yeah.
So this is what, Yucatan Gold? This
Yes, this one is.
it's one of my favorite colors. You don't see too many of
Yeah,
them.
this truck is it's super cool. I really want to do something with it, but I don't know. I just don't have the time. I mean, sadly.
So what have you done to it? You put it on a chassis.
All I did was put it on a factory chassis. I haven't touched it at all. That's it.
It looks so cool.
I've just thought about it.
But they didn't make a 4x4 with the thing on the
They
bed.
didn't. You know what's cool though about this one? Is so over the years I've had to cut the boxes to make it work. Look, check this one out. It's plastic. It's a plastic box. This is something that happened in late '72. But check it out. You don't have to modify it. It clears the spring perk. I have to touch it.
No way.
Yes. So if you find one of those, you don't have to do the cut up.
That's nice. That is nice. So this one's probably gonna get a Cummins eventually.
If it stays here long enough. I have a friend of mine that wants it. We'll see. Maybe I might let him have it, but he might have a hard time walking in there. I might have to move a Maverick out, but.
If you move one out, do we see a burnout at least?
Yeah, oh, heck yeah.
Or do they not burn out?
They'll burn. Let me get that one out. It's a 4-speed.
Oh boy.
Burn out.
That one will do a good burnout.
Watch me there,
Hold
babe.
my beer. That's what we poured the concrete for.
She sounds healthy. Gosh, I love my job. You don't want to say yes when I ask you.
You want me to message Eddie?
That's who asked me already.
I'll message him. I already messaged him with details, so.
Tri-power with a 4-speed. Man, I need a Maverick. Everybody's got to find themselves a girl like you.
Oh, and his daughter too. His daughter loves that.
What, did I assume your gender wrong?
No, instead of a woman.
I mean, it's the same thing, is it not?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I don't care. I'm joking with you. He said everyone needs to find a girl like you. I said, I'm a woman.
I didn't know if I misgendered her. I wasn't trying to offend anybody.
Logan does like to do trannies.
That is true.
Sometimes
He has been known to blow a tranny or
I'll
two.
be like, what are you doing, baby? He's like, come down and do 2 trannies at once. I was like, oh, you nerdy motherfucker.
Alright, so, what is this, dude? What the heck?
When
It's
you
like the most redneck bump side you can get.
Well, when you have a lot of kids. So this is the I was telling you about. How well they fit.
Oh, wow,
you
yeah.
have a lot of
A
leg
lot.
room coming.
Dang, that's nice. So you just made this bracket.
A friend of mine made those.
That is nice.
But yeah, not anymore. Yeah, you see all the bracers in the roof? The smart thing would have been to do a van roof. I just didn't want the look.
Oh, this one you put a smooth roof?
No, it's the original roofs. I just spliced them. So I did this Raptor liner in color because it gets rid of a lot of that rattle.
And And then one of the things that everybody online was like, how did you get the trim on there?
Yeah, not true. That's a friend of mine that did that.
It's such
and this was literally a test.
It looks so good.
And
So
he said, if you like it, I'll come back and do it nicely.
yeah, so if you guys can't tell, this is literally tape.
Yeah, it's tape.
Or like vinyl or something like that.
Yeah, it's a 3M. Yeah.
It does. It looks really good. And then of course, you got yourself a nice built compound setup in here. So what's the game plan with this thing?
What's the what?
The game plan on this?
It's a 6-speed manual, a little bit bigger turbos than the green one. I was just planning on hauling a lot more, a lot faster, I guess. It had a Data 70 front. So these axles were out of an F Super Duty, which was 87 to 97.
Okay.
They did them. So they had a Dana 70 front that whatever company it was made them. I didn't really care for the 70, so I kept all the outers from it and I put it on a Kingpin 60. So
Okay.
it's still a 10 lug, and then the back's a 10 lug. Because I wanted the 19.5, I wanted big wheels, big tires.
I love it.
So
It's the perfect look too.
one of these days.
It's a nice color right there. What's that bed going on?
That's Bucky's.
Okay, so that's for the cab on the dolly.
So, yeah, and then for all the cards out there that are going to say, how did you ruin 2 crew cabs to make this? I had one crew cab that was destroyed in the back and one that was destroyed in the front.
Fixed it.
There you go.
Makes sense.
There it is.
So I did a 4-door Bronco that same way, where I had a crew cab that was in the front and the other way around, back.
Bronco.
Bronco that was in the front, and I made a 4-door Bronco, but somebody had to have it before I finished it and let it go. Plus it was a dent side, so no big loss.
That does happen. So what's the story on this blue one over here?
That's been in the family since it was new.
Really?
Yeah,
68?
68.
Man, that thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, so it's a Cummins 5-speed now.
Okay.
But here's the coolest part. The dealer actually put that little tag on the dash from the factory. It's on the right side of the wheel.
Oh, no kidding. Wow. So who is DJ Hawkins?
That's Grandpa. Yeah, not my grandpa, the kid's grandpa. But
Man, that is awesome. So how long ago did you repaint it?
a year? So I didn't paint it though, my nephew did.
Okay.
FYI.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you guys did it in your paint booth?
And that little barn, yeah.
Which one's this chassis
This
for?
is Bucky's.
Okay.
This one is the one that we did the drop in the frame so we could drop the rear floor of the crew cab for more leg room.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this one has, I did that high mount shit that I did with all the factory Cummins stuff. So I didn't have to cut the shit out of the cross member. Because most of the guys that do them, you see that they just hack it all out and do some weird shit. So, but this is all factory pieces too.
Yeah, that definitely does look nice. Man, he's gonna be happy with this.
Now Bucky's gonna see it's outside. He's gonna shit himself.
I mean, is it outside?
Not really, but
It's being covered up.
it's okay, Buck.
Bucky's gonna wash it.
Yeah.
And then I guess we should show him the International, huh? We were talking about it.
One more crew cab
Oh.
there, but yeah.
Wait, one more? I mean, you just got them all over. So what's the story with this one?
That.
What's the story with this one?
So this one I gave to a friend, and he's not going to do it now, so I'm going to end up helping him get rid of it.
Okay.
This is if there's anybody out there looking for a dent side crew cab, this thing is 110% no rust, nothing.
How much you want for it?
He wants, for just the cab and doghouse, he wants $8,500 with the title.
I thought they were only worth $700 to $1,200.
Me, I wouldn't pay that.
Okay, that's why you're saying it's for
I'd
sale.
pay $850 maybe, but.
Gotcha. So if somebody wants it for $8,500.
Oh, somebody will pay that. But I also have the factory chassis for it that has all F550 under it, which is going to set back on, which the price will go up from there.
I mean,
it'll probably be maybe 18 or 20 grand on the chassis with all the new.
but even though it's not worth it to you, most people it is worth it.
Yeah, they will. They'll pay for it. I won't, but I won't
cool.
say what I paid for that one either.
That's our badass dump trailer. Come on.
I was gonna say I like the patina.
It's got a 550 axle in it.
Yeah, my dad bought that like, shoot,
30.
35 years ago for $800, and my mom was so
We converted
mad.
it to gooseneck. It
And
was a
she-
bumper pull.
She said
Okay.
that's the worst thing you've ever bought, and
Oh,
I
that's
think it's
the best
the greatest thing I've ever
Oh,
bought.
yeah, dude, that's awesome. I love it.
And it makes
It
money.
just goes like this. You go, bzzz, and it dumps the entire
Everything.
thing in like, you see everybody with their shovels, and we're like 2 seconds, we're done.
Here we go.
Yep. You want to walk down there, babe, and get your burnout? We'll walk down there.
Where? I'm going to take it for a ride.
Oh yeah, take that ride.
I'm letting it warm up.
Is this the gonna be lime green international, huh?
Yeah, whatever. I'm a softie sometimes. Like I take in strays and stuff.
What's crazy is how nice of the body it actually is.
It's actually not bad. It's
I'd put a flatbed on it.
not bad. He might think about it, but
That's what I'd do.
I've never been a flatbed guy. I mean, unless it was like an 11-foot flatbed or something, you know, something
Right.
crazy. But
Right.
otherwise, no.
I just feel bad painting something that has this cool of patina. Like your green truck over there, that thing, I mean, the
Well, it's
cab
like
is
this
so
one. He's
cool.
like, we're gonna get rid of the fuel, and I'm like, no, that makes these trucks. We're leaving the
agree.
full. I don't care if I have to make a pipe to the back
All-
to a
yeah.
tank. It's staying there.
Yeah, no, that's definitely one of the
Dude,
coolest
that
parts.
is cool. It's ingenious when they did like this back then.
Yep.
It's got them on both sides, and it's a tank the entire width of the cab.
Well, we're gonna let this thing warm up, and then we're gonna pick you guys
Just
back
ready
up.
whenever you are.
Oh, well, never mind. It's ready. Dude, and you got the air conditioned piping? What?
I just turned it on, but I should have left it on the whole time, I guess.
All right, so what are we in?
72 Maverick. So this one has a dealer tri-power 4-speed. And then you have all those out there that'll tell you, okay, yes, it didn't come with a 4-speed, it was a 3-speed, it's now a 4-speed. So when you bought these cars new back then, anything you would have bought, Mustang, Maverick, whatever it was, they had pamphlets. So you could buy a tri-power, you could buy a dual quad, you could buy a Paxton, which I have all of them. The green one's a Paxton, the red one's a dual quad. But you could buy all this crazy, obviously your warranty's void and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, you would buy the car and drive home with that trunk
And then put it on.
and then put it on. I hope he's opening the gate.
I don't think they are.
Oh, here he comes.
Okay.
I don't know where my button
There it
went,
is.
but
It's a fancy gate. I like how you did that. Just plasma cut the middle of it.
yeah. So I had, I don't know if you've heard of ballistic fabrication. So they did all the cutouts, and on this side there's some Punisher skulls, big ones.
Oh,
they cut
nice.
all that for me. So the white car was my first car, and that's kind of probably where I got my Maverick obsession.
Okay.
This is my mom's car. So I've had that car for, I don't know, 36 years, I don't know. This one, my brother-in-law bought when we were in high school, so I've had this car a long time too.
Dude, that thing was spinning for 2 years.
And that's a 3.0 gear, and it's really high geared because I drive it on the freeway. That's why you have to have at least, I always tell everybody, you got to have one 4-speed, one convertible. You have to.
Dude, this thing kicks
If you're going to have a driver though, like where you have like a tall gear, so you can cruise it, you need a 4-speed.
It actually makes the first gear worth it.
Well, yeah, when you rev it and dump it, I mean, you gain a lot, you know.
It actually feels so comfy. So suspension-wise, it's pretty stock.
This road's what paved this road. It's terrible. Like, wait till we get, like literally, you feel like you're in a boat on that road. It's bad.
It felt pretty good.
Oh, here's a story for you. So when they were paving this road, my cousin was in charge of the trucking company that was hauling the asphalt. That night when they finished paving right past the back gate there, I took the little Mercury out with the big motor in it, the big Cummins. I did like a 300-foot burnout, not thinking anything. I turned around and got on the same side of the road and did it again. I dug like a 2-inch ditch, destroyed the asphalt. The next day, my cousin comes in there and he goes, "Hey, that wasn't you that f***ed the road, was it?" And I said, "Oh, no." So when we go back, you'll see there's a joint and a joint where they had to replace almost 400 feet of that road. I destroyed it. I didn't think it would. I thought, oh, fresh asphalt is
Yeah,
gonna
it'll be fun.
I fucking destroyed it.
That's hilarious.
Right here.
This is a solid setup right here.
It's fun. So I have a kid that I call him my son, Zach. ZM Performance is his Instagram. This guy builds some of the craziest, like the motor stuff.
Yep.
Genius, just pure genius. I don't know if that's gonna turn or not.
Oh man.
Yeah, this kid can build a motor though.
Yeah, he could.
This thing's not even rebuilt though. This motor has, I don't know, 20,000 on it or so.
I just saw you got a nice little F-Series logo right there on
yeah.
you. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've been into this since I was, me and my late brother-in-law, we used to buy these Bumpsides when we were probably, I was 16, he was 17, 18. We would buy them and sell them back then in high school.
Probably what, a couple $100 a piece?
And yeah, that's all you made, you know, and you spent 60 hours doing that, but that's where we found the, you know, the love for it. But these things are fun too, just to get in it. Let's drive to Phoenix with the flare on, you know. I thought that tri-power was going to be tricky to get it tuned and get it, you know, all that kind of shit. Like I said, that kid Zach, he built these carbs. He dialed them in one time.
That's it.
You haven't touched it since. That's been years.
Do you run any special fuel or just pump?
No, just 91.
Huh.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So he has two Mavericks that I gave him that they have stroker motors and shit in them, and they run really good.
So all the V8 stuff, he's the guy for it. And then you
well, any of it, honestly, he's sharp. And I have him building transmissions now, honestly. So I mean, there's not much he can't do, honestly. He's one of those ones. He's like a sponge. You know what I mean? He just picks it up.
Yeah, it soaks it all in. Dude, it's so beautiful here.
Well,
Like just the mountain ranges.
dude, it's too hot during the summer, though. I've been here my whole life, and I'm finally getting to like.
Where are you gonna think about going?
I mean, I don't want to leave, but I definitely would like to have a place, like we're thinking the White Mountains or something,
Okay.
you know?
Oh shit. Did you ever take it to the drag race? Oh, nothing.
I haven't been to the drag strip in 10 years. I keep telling my kid, Zach, not really my kid, but my kid, I keep telling him, you take it. He takes his all the time. This kid, though, so he's built a stroker motor for both of those cars, but he drives these things, dude. He's got 20, 30,000 miles on the Maverick that he dailies.
Wow.
And at the strip every weekend.
Wow.
So that's a testament to, if you can make something, you know, put it together and do this we do to them and it lives. Like this one, I used to get drunk and breaking rocker studs all the time. And finally he got tired of changing them and put a rev limiter on it. So because sometimes when you're drunk or whatever, your reflexes aren't that good. I might miss a gear, and I don't lift when I shift. I don't know if you noticed that. But I don't lift. I just clutch and bang. So if you miss a gear, it's too late.
Yeah.
And so I've broke probably, I don't know, 15, 20 rocker studs in this mother, to the point where he's like, I'm tired of changing them. I'm gonna put a rev limiter on this thing, and that's it. But yeah, dude, AC.
It's comfy.
Go get the groceries.
Actually comfy.
And I still haven't done the interior. Like the seats is done, but Not bad.
I like it.
It's fun. Gotta have one 4-speed.
And it looks beautiful too.
Yeah.
A lot of the times when you have something that actually goes, you don't care about the look of it. This thing's, you know, it's got it all. I love that.
So the day that I finished painting this one, me and one of the boys took it out right here on this road we were just on. And I'm top of 4th gear, I don't know, 110, 120, I don't know. And I hear this loud bang, oh, let off the gas. I'm like, what was that? I get back home, I had ran over like a 3/8 bolt, punctured the tire, but when it came around, it shot it completely through the fender.
What?
So if you reach under here, I'm sure you'll feel it somewhere. I had to fix the fender. Yeah, right there. It literally blew a hole completely through the fender.
That's funny.
First day it was painted.
Dude, I always loved these hoods.
You know, these cars don't get any whatever, and they're a cool car, honestly.
I've always
So
liked
this
them.
is a like a dealer type tri-power.
Yeah.
3 2-barrels.
Hey, Logan.
That's so cool. All right, well, we're gonna keep hanging out, pick you guys back up soon. All right, so now we're walking. Logan's not mic'd up, but we're going to the house because I was kind of telling them about the artwork, so we have to show you guys. All right, so we came to the tree house. Dude, this tree house is nice. Oh, you got it open. Dude, this is so cool. Real windows, freaking floor, electric.
Your dog's coming up.
Dude, this is awesome.
Problem is we don't have no kids young enough
To play with it anymore. Yeah, but you'll have grandkids sooner than later.
yeah, but they're in, you know, Texas, so.
Yeah. Dude, this is awesome. All right, so now we're here. I like your planters.
You know?
All right,
It
so
needs a little love.
Yeah.
Oh, you've done it before. You scared him?
Hey, Logan, has anybody ever dared you to get a picture of your mouth?
dude. I love the bar. So cool. So then on this side, did you guys literally find stuff out of a diner?
No.
No, it's a company.
Okay.
So there's places, what was it called?
Big Chill?
No, that's Big Chill. This was the American Chairs in Chicago. They do the booths.
I got these doors from BJ's restaurant. I saw their doors. No, I saw their doors and I liked
All
them.
right, so then, are we getting the full tour?
Yes.
Because if the kitchen looks this cool, well, you gotta let in the kids.
Yeah. Babe, go ahead.
No, you're mic'd up.
Oh my God.
Lock the door over there.
Fix this.
Fix it. I love this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is awesome. So here's your master.
Yeah.
Here's the cream top right here.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going through clothes. Just
I
okay,
love
you guys.
this.
That's a
And
bench.
I'm assuming the tailgate drops and everything, huh?
Yes, it does. I can show you.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah. Well, you have to do that so they can get in the bed. Yeah.
I love it.
Look at Bo. He's the center of attention. Put the mic on him. Look at him.
He's so
Get him, Bobo.
Who's a good boy?
He just wants to be
I
on
love
camera. Yeah.
All right, and then last but not least, we got the kids' room. So this one's a twin-size bed. You can see he cut the tailgate in half. They have a little bit of space to walk. This is so cool. All right, everybody, so this was awesome. We're still hanging out in the kitchen, but I'm gonna end the video here. So if you guys can, smash the subscribe button. It really helps out. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about this awesome place. Logan and Nikole are so cool. Go follow them, Bumpside Addict and Mrs. Bumpside Addict on Instagram, and we'll see you in the next video.